Cup action returns to Lakeside Stadium for round 6, and I tell you what, John, South will want to guard against complacency because it was in this exact fixture last year they bowed out. Chance now, Tiaras. He's at centre back again. He's playing up the park. Petreski, the debutant. Nice little touch. Petreski, good save there. Still might be a chance now it'll eventually be cleared. The young man did pretty well there, John.
Would have been a great start to his South career if he scored on debut here, David. A wonderful flick here by Denitas, and Petreski forcing a good save from the Port keeper, almost opening the scoring.
Trefiro trying to get this one out wide. Links up with Petreski. Jason Trefiro still going. Long range Fernando. Blast that one pretty well over the bar and not going to trouble the keeper at that height. Chance now up the right. Good chase here by Glenn Trefiro. Pressure on. Port Melbourne looking dangerous. Matthews is lurking, so is Trefiro. Chance in the middle, the shot blocked. Denitas, oh, good shot, Denitas, and good save as well. Some good pressure football by South, nearly opening the scoring for a second time.
Indeed, David, and Johnny Denitas does have a point to prove. He's back in the starting lineup. Hits a fierce shot from the edge of the area. Again, a great save by the Port keeper. The score still 0-0.
Matthews goes for a shorter throw. Deep, Trefiro. Fernando with the cross. The ball up high. Gasparis couldn't quite pull off the overhead kick there and over the bar harmlessly. Port Melbourne now, a rare venture forward. They could open up South here. Cross into the middle. The chance, the header from close range over the bar. That was a very near chance there by Karapo that time, John.
Fantastic ball here for Karapo, David, and really Port should have opened the scoring. Free header inside the box, but he's put it over Gavalas's bar.
Trefiro whips in high, goes in deep, chance now, Fernando from range, oh, tipped over the bar. Well, wouldn't that have been a hell of a goal? Fernando Demarias, the futsal Roo.
Fantastic keeping again by the Port keeper. Fernando with a fierce shot from the edge of the area. South are putting on the pressure but still can't score. Fantastic shot there by Fernando, but tipped away well.
Now South, they've been dominant in the opening. No score as of yet. Trefiro flicks in for Glenn Trefiro across the body. The keeper, oh dear me! Oh, John, can you believe that? The keeper makes a good stop and it's fallen straight to Rossman. Felix Rossman has put it in his own net and South Melbourne have opened the scoring off a Port boot.
Well, just before half-time, David, has received Glenn Trefiro. He gets a cross in. Fernando's lurking. A save by the keeper falls straight into the path of Felix Rossman, and it's a bit of South, bit of luck, I should say, that South needs going into the half-time break. South taking the lead with an own goal here.
Rossman gets the second half going with a nice high ball. Oh, back post, there's a lurker. Gavalas gets to it, but geez, South Melbourne want to plug those holes. That was very dangerous.
Yeah, slack defending here by South as we see Port Melbourne sneaking in at the back post, and in the end, it could have been a lot worse, but luckily for Peter Gavalas and for South, the score still remains 1-0.
Petreski gets them going forward. Norton making a nice run up the left. The cross goes in. Lovely ball. Denitas over the bar. And I think that one landed in the garden shed next door, John. Very disappointing.
It may well have landed in the garden shed, David, and it should have landed in the back of the net. What a great ball here by Bradley Norton. Finds Johnny Denitas. He just had to keep that under the bar. And South really should have wrapped the game up there.
Port Melbourne now, they'll be dangerous. Still in this. South haven't taken their chances. Oh, a lovely long wide ball there. A chance now, and he's gone down. They're shouting for a penalty, and yes, it's been given. Referee points at the spot. It was Gill who made the run, and Gavalas brought him down. Well, to me, it looks like Gavalas just couldn't quite reach the ball that time, John.
Yeah, South players are appealing that Gavalas got the ball first, but I think on the replay we'll see that Shane Gill did get there first and was clipped. I think that's right, David. A deserved penalty for Port Melbourne, and it's going to be Kalambokis to take it.
He steps up, and no mistake, bottom corner, but no, the referee, he's going to want a retake here. I think it was Brodie Patterson encroached there on the far side. Yeah, certainly that's what the referee's pointing at. Well, this could be a big moment. Pressure to take it again. Kalambokis, same position, same result, bottom corner, almost an identical penalty that time, John. Gavalas, no chance there. Well taken by Kalambokis, and can you believe it? It is 1-1. Deja vu may be coming here for South.
Indeed, deja vu here, David. Kalambokis under pressure a second time, but he scores in the same bottom corner. Gavalas couldn't get there. Well taken penalty there by Nick Kalambokis. And South, having been 1-0 up last year, David, have now conceded a goal.
Petreski, South desperate to get back on the score sheet quickly. It's out wide. Denitas cuts inside. Fernando off the bar again. South Melbourne just cannot score at the moment, John.
Well, I don't think South's going to score again tonight, David, because they've had so many chances. And as we see here, a wonderful ball by Glenn Trefiro that puts Johnny Denitas through on the right, cuts it back well. Fernando de Moraes hits the crossbar, smashes the crossbar, in fact. And I don't know what South has to do, David.
Norton gets it out wide. Fernando, he's looked dangerous tonight. Squares it up. A ball. Chance. Petreski's got some space. Petreski across the face of goals and wide. And South Melbourne really can't take a trick in front of goals.
No, they can't, David. As we see again, some great build-up play. A wonderful little flick on by Johnny Denitas that sets up Petreski. And we've got 3 players at the back post by South, and Petreski's shot evades all of them. South again missing a great chance.
Well, Port Melbourne, they'll feel like they could pinch this. They did it once before. Roach is through. A chance for Daryl Roach. Good save, Gavalis. Roach might get the follow-up. No, it's gloved nicely. But dangerous times for South Melbourne. It's getting late in the game here.
Daryl Roach making space. A great ball through to him as well. And Peter Gavalis makes a good block and takes the ball a second time and keeps South in the match.
Well, double substitution, getting late in the game, probably thinking about extra time here. Gus Salakis, off comes Fernando de Moraes and Glenn Trefiro, and on comes Hatzimuradis and Kyle Jorieff. Port, dangerous at the set pieces. Ball floats in, it's flicked up, and it looks like, yes, he's paid it. He's paid the goal here, the referee. Gavalis gloved it on the line and tried to bring it forward. I couldn't see from that angle, but yes, it is Port Melbourne 2-1 here, John, and it was Beckett who got the final touch.
It's Melvin Beckett at the back post here as we see a corner coming in. We have to look very closely here, David, but as you see at the back post, South's not marking well, and Beckett gets a touch. Gavalis tries to keep it out, but the ball has crossed the line. The linesman has awarded the goal, and South, it's deja vu all over again.
Last roll of the dice for South Melbourne. They've got to throw everything forward. Hatzimuratis links up. Jorieff steps over here. Kyle Jorieff. The shot tipped, going wide. Denitas. Oh, crashes into the post. And South Melbourne, that might have been their last chance.
I think that's the final chance, David. But Kyle Jorieff, he's only been on the park for a couple of minutes, and he sets up a great chance for a leveller. His shot takes a deflection. It's well saved by the Port keeper. And Johnny Denitas probably should have cut the ball back instead of going for a shot there. It's gone out for a goal kick, and I think time's up.
Well, they're just going to throw it long here, South, if they get another chance out of this. Ball floating high and wide. Yes, there it is. The whistle has gone. It's Port Melbourne 2, South Melbourne 1. I wouldn't believe it unless I'd seen it, John. It is complete deja vu. South Melbourne have surrendered a lead, and they are out of the 2012 Cup. I'm not sure the home crowd knows what to do with this, John. They're stunned.
Well, it's another home loss, David. Another unacceptable result. South clearly had a lot of chances, but couldn't take them.
Well, I've got the assistant coach with me, Joe Montemuro. And Joe, fair to say it's a pretty difficult time at the moment. I mean, what do you say after a match like that and a loss like that?
Oh, look, it doesn't get as low as what it is at the moment. It's embarrassing. It's probably I can't find the words at the moment. We're playing as if we're afraid. We're playing as if we. I'm speechless. I've never been. I mean, you know, I've been at this club now for 3 years, and this is my second term. It's 5 years in total, and I don't know what to say. I really don't know. This is just a shadow of what we thought we built at the start of this year, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening.
It's some pretty frank, honest words there. A good assessment, I think. And I think something the fans would like to hear because I think they're feeling it as well. I mean, what does the playing group do now? The reality is, as disappointed as we are, we've got to fight on. We've got more than half the season left.
Look, I can only take an example of myself. I mean, as a coach, and Gus is the same. If something negative is happening or something is not going wrong, the first person we look at is ourselves. Did we miss something during the week? Is there something on the game day that we missed? Is there something during the game that we missed? Selection. So I self-assess myself and put my hand up, and we just need now players to start standing up and instead of pointing fingers, assessing their own situation and realising that it's got to come down to something. If we need to make changes, we're going to make changes. It just cannot go on like this anymore. It can't.
Speaking of potential changes, 2 key outs at the moment. At one end, Rickson. At the other end, Luke Biles. Both key players. How far away are they, and how important are they coming back?
Look, they're not far away. Obviously, very, very important. but again, I don't want to use the excuses of players out and players suspended and not the ability to select the full squad, because we've got a squad that's good enough to whoever comes in and plays for the jumper should be giving us all. I don't use those things as excuses. There's obviously something a little bit deeper that's happening, and we don't know what's going on. But look, obviously we'd like to have them back straight away, and we hope to get them back as soon as possible.
Our away form's actually been pretty good throughout the year. It's been one of the real positives. Do you think it's something psychological about playing at this ground?
Look, you could be right. We're digging very, very deep to find out what's going on. There's certainly some patterns in the game that are developing from a structural point of view, which we've tried to assess. When we fall into the trap of doing it again, we seem to get punished, and we're not punishing teams. It's as I said, it's a real difficult one. It could be psychological, but I think there's something a little bit more deep-rooted structurally that needs to be fixed up. And I, to be frank, I think it could be some personnel problems.
Joe, I'm sure the fans appreciate the frank assessment. I know they're definitely feeling frustrated and very down at the moment. What do you say to them about the importance of getting behind the team and really uniting for the rest of the season?
Well, look, I mean, they have every right to say what they feel, and it's probably a bit of it's warranted. It's a big club. South has got a lot of pride, and we feel it every time we go out there. And there is a little bit of warrant to what they're saying, as I said. But we need your support. We need you behind us, and we hope that we can pull ourselves out of this, start playing some good football and winning some games, and hopefully at the end we'll all be better for it.